All right, good morning. It's another day in the neighborhood. We have a whole lot full of cars that need to be worked on, and even some of the ones that don't think they need to be worked on. Of course they do, because they're breaking down and rusting right in front of our eyes. What are we gonna do? We got all these classic cars. We gotta find one that needs worked on. Oh, hey Stella, how are you, puppy dog? What are you up to? Just sitting here looking pretty? Scanning the yard for squirrels? Think one's gonna like hop into your mouth? I don't think that's gonna happen. Well, as it is, we have plenty of cars to work on, and the one that we're working on today is this. You don't see these very much. However, I believe I have done a video on this car years ago, so you may scroll through the history there and find it. Not sure. It's a beautiful orange 1980 Fiat X19. It's a little two-door sports car thing. I believe it's a 1500 cc. Has a lot of neat little Italian touches. Bertoni, and of course Fiat. Four-spoke alloy wheels are pretty cool. Has a top that pops off, has a pointy nose with pop-up headlights. Who couldn't love an X19? I know they weren't the greatest cars. They came pre-rusted, as they say, and this one seems to have escaped all that. It's in beautiful condition. So it was towed in, doesn't run. I guess it's had a lot of recent engine work, possibly even a engine rebuild. I know the engine is under this cover right here, so we're going to open that and take a look. It's a little wet. The car sat out in the rain for a little bit. We had a shower. What a beautiful car, though. Look at this thing. Kind of a tan and black interior. Looks like super comfy leather seats. Not sure if they're really leather, but they sure look like it. What do we got here? Nice looking Italian dashboard. Our voltage, temperature, speedometer in miles an hour. Fuel gauge, tachometer that's reverse. That's kind of cool. Our heater controls, our stereo, and more switches for things. And just in case you forgot what kind of car it is, it's Italian. And let's see, how do we open? It's got an aftermarket oil pressure gauge. It is a 5-speed, I believe. I'm not sure what these are. Kind of blanked off switches. Let's see how we open the, I know how to open the front. That's this one. I think we're going to charge the battery. We got to open the engine. Aha. It's one of these two. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm going to pick, I think it's that one. Cool little levers. Look at that. Okay. Let's see. Here's your gas fill. Here's your engine access. Wow. Look at that. Whoops. That is beautiful. It looks freshly restored. Customer said that it had a bunch of engine work and it just died out on the highway. Had to be towed off the highway. So let's hope it's nothing serious. All right, I'm going to get my coveralls on, my working gear, and we're going to dive into this thing and take a look at it head to toe. Hang tight. Okay, so we got the front trunk, or the frunk, open on our Italian sports car, our Fiat X19. We're charging the battery. So under the front trunk, if you've never looked under the front trunk of a Fiat X19, you have your battery, your windshield washer fluid, brake fluid, and clutch fluid. I think that's what that is. And probably a fuse panel on this side. Nope, no fuse panel. The front trunk is supported by a rod, and there is a nice little cover for the battery. This is very clean. Original paint in here, and I believe the car has been repainted once. A little lighter shade of orange. Again, we have pop-up headlights, and very clean under here. Very impressive. So we've got Stella, I don't know what she's doing, sleeping in her little bed. We got the hood portion open. I noted earlier that there was 2 latches here in the, I guess it'd be the A, B pillar. One is to release the hood and one is to release the trunk. We're interested in what's going on under the hood. So again, this car just mysteriously died on the highway, no pops, no bangs, and I'm suspecting that something to do with the coil. It's plugged in here, distributor is down here, and that is sort of loose. Cap is, it's got points on it. No, that's the, can't tell if it's electronic ignition. This car for 1980 should be electronic ignition. I wonder if I should take a look in there first. I should check the oil before I crank on this thing. So where is the dipstick? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. There should be a dipstick here someplace. One would think it would be obvious, but I don't see it. All right. Well, I'm going to check a few things here. I want to make sure the engine has oil. I want to look under the timing belt cover, make sure that hasn't shattered. Timing belt looks like it's on. Cute little cover there. I'd like to get that distributor cap off, so I got to free up my hands and we'll be back in a sec. Okay, so we got our distributor cap off here. It looks brand new. The button is in. Looking down here, the rotor in good shape. I did find the dipstick. It's here. I checked the oil. It's brand new. New oil filter. Everything looks fantastic. Why won't this thing start? Spark plugs look new. All the hoses, clamps, everything looks fantastic. Everything's clean. I don't know. So next thing to do, I guess, is to listen for a fuel pump and check for spark. So let's do that now. Okay, so a quick assessment here. We have no power to the coil. We have no spark. And the brake lights were stuck on. I just fixed that. That's strange. So we've got some electrical gremlins. We've got to dig down and find the fuse panel on this thing and see what's going on. I don't even know where is the fuse panel on a Fiat X19. Okay, I have to dig around here a little bit, see what's going on. All right, so I found the fuse panel on a Fiat X19, sort of where I thought it would be. It's a little bit daunting. It's in good shape, but it's old and it's Italian. So let's check some stuff here. Oh, we've got a loose fuse right there. Wasn't always getting contact. That's a really loose, see that right there? I wonder if that's our problem. That fuse is just spinning. That one's tight. Let's tighten up this fuse. Let's check these. All the red ones look good. All right, so we have good continuity on our fuse panel now. I don't know what fuse that is. The little tiny green one looks important. I have established the timing belt is turning, or the cam is turning. We have spark. Should maybe pop, or the problem still might persist, but I'm ready to give her a crank. Let's see what happens here. Neutral. Kinda acts like it's flooded. Let's see here. Maybe the customer tried to crank it over when it had no spark. I'm giving her a little air with the foot pedal. I think we're gonna have to pull a plug or shoot some starting fluid in, see if she's got fuel or if the spark plugs are fouled. Okay, so we've established on our X19 that we have compression. No, have we? I think we should do that. So I've got my compression gauge screwed into the #1 hole. I only have 2 plugs out, but that shouldn't make a difference. I just want to see if it's got something. I'm starting to suspect there's a problem. I've got the spark running out here so I can see it as I reach in and grab the key, and the 2 plugs I pulled out were wet. Let's see what happens here. So I'm just going to hold this gauge and turn the key. I can do this. Hold it right there by the, so I can get the seat belt to hold it. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna reach over here, turn the key. Nothing. Got spark. That is not good. Well, we might have 2 pounds. Oh, I hate telling customers this. This is not good. All right, well, poor little thing. I guess this is the end of the video. I gotta stop here and we gotta have a talk. All right, so we're still working on our Fiat X19. We have established that we have no compression, although I have a brand new compression tester and it's possible I'm not doing something right, but I don't hear any psh, psh, psh when I turn the engine over, so I don't think I do. And I just took the valve cover off, which is this shiny metal piece here, to check to make sure the valves aren't too tight. Pulled off the timing belt cover. Everything looks really, really good. I don't get it. Something doesn't make sense here. So we're going to keep plugging along. I'm going to hook up my... It's my remote starter and see if I can do a compression test while I watch the engine. Part of the problem is this is a rear engine car, or mid-engine car as you might call it, and it's hard to turn the ignition switch and see what's going on back here. I can have a lot more control over spark, fuel, compression with my handy dandy little starter remote. So we're going to hook that up and see what we can do. All right, so after struggling with our little X19 for a little while, I think I've figured it out. In fact, I know I have. So car came in, towed in, customer was driving along the highway, it just quit. No pops, no bangs. Engine is freshly rebuilt, supposedly, 500 miles or less. Wouldn't start, wouldn't run. Plugs are fouled, and it has spark, or I made it have spark. So I checked the valves, make sure that they hadn't sunk into the head, that there was no adjustment issues. The few that I checked were fine. Checked timing marks. Couldn't really get a good read on it. Didn't know how it actually worked, but figured it out. So the timing mark for a Fiat X19 is right through here where my finger is. There's a red dot right there. That's got to line up in that hole. And then down below, you got to use this red mark to line up on the timing mark up there. And it was 6 teeth off. So somehow the timing belt jumped. This is a non-interference engine. It has an archaic, really hard to get to tensioner down there. And I took it all apart, got the distributor set, got the timing marks lined up, and got our compression tester back up. This is the compression tester that's brand new, never tried, and I was concerned it didn't work. Let's see if it works now. You ready? Got my remote starter hooked up. Oh. Okay, we got 170 pounds of compression. 170 pounds? Am I reading that right? Yes. Wow, that's kind of a lot. That's really good. He did say they milled the head a little bit. It's got a big cam, supposedly, or one size over stock. So now I just got to put it all back together. But we got compression. We had no compression on no cylinder, so that makes me happy. All right, so we've been working on our Bertone X19 for most of the day, trying to get this thing sorted out. We now have compression in all 4 cylinders. I don't know the timing specs, and I don't know if I got the timing sprocket of the timing belt correct on that. I guessed, set it to number 1, and I still have yet to hear a fuel pump run, even though the plugs were wet. So there's still a bit of a mystery here, but we're going to go ahead and try it. I got the starter hooked back up. I got the timing belt on, the valve covers back on, intake is all back the way it should be. If it starts, it'll be a miracle, but I'm into miracles, so I'm just going to reach across here and give the key a whirl. Let's see what happens here. Ah, nothing. Try again. We got dash lights? Yeah, we got dash lights. All right, well, it's going to be another day. It's going to be another video. I'm running out of time on this, but we have got some good work done, and look forward to seeing part 2 in the future. Thanks for watching. We'll get this little thing going. Take it for a nice ride while the sun is out. And it is out. It's looking great out there. Woo-wee.